One of about a million reasons why Michigan is an amazing place to live is that we get 4 seasons a year. And inside those 4 seasons, you can find magic if you know where to look. An example would be fall colors in the fall. And this time of year, you can find that magic in tulips and lilacs. And you know where I am, so you can find it here in cherry blossoms. But the thing about the cherry blossom is it has a tiny window of peak, 4 days. So your timing has to be perfect. And I think my timing today is perfect. Before we check out the cherry blossoms, it's time to get some food at the Flapjack Shack. And I'm here for one reason, and one reason only. The cherry compote pancakes.
Should an adult have cherry pancakes for breakfast? I'll leave that up to you. But this adult should.
All right, now that we're full and ready to rock, let's get this trip going. So if we're talking about cherry blossoms or cherries in general, and we're in Traverse City, you know what we have to do. We have to go see Cherry Republic. As someone who loves cherries, Cherry Republic is right up my alley, with everything from salsa to pancake mix to root beers, and of course, candy. So this right here is my favorite spot in the entire store. And while I like these are my absolute favorites. And even though this is not my first time, I'm always amazed at the sheer number of choices in one cherry-filled store. Not only am I gonna buy the cherry sours, but right behind me, they're doing wine tasting. So when in Rome, right?
Grapes and cherries. It was barrel aged for 20 months. So it's gonna be really smooth and buttery and kind of have a really dry finish.
Awesome. This is Caroline. She's the one taking care of my wine tasting and walking me through all of the cherry wines. And after guiding me through some bestsellers and fan favorites, it was time for those cherry sours. And then one more quick stop downtown to get some info on the cherry blossoms. From the info we got from Cherry Republic and the info we just got from Brilliant Books, I now have a plan for the cherry blossoms. That plan includes a map, a drive on M37 towards the Mission Point Lighthouse, then head up M22 north of Black Star Farms. In Japanese, there are over 70 words to describe cherry blossoms. My favorite way, though, comes from a book that describes it in 3 phases. The day of promise, when we're waiting for the cherry blossoms to bloom. The day of enchantment, or the peak, where I am right now. And the day of memory, or remembering the enchantment and magic of the cherry blossoms because they're only here for a limited time. Because when they're gone, they're gone. And here in Traverse City, you can see them everywhere. And as we head back downtown, I wanted to stay outside just a little bit longer. And there was one more cherry-themed thing I could check off my list. So this was a bit of an impromptu visit, but on this adventure, we have to check out the Tart Trail. And what I love about this, look, we can walk all the way back downtown, or we could go to Sutton's Bay, or we can go to Acme that way. And the thing I love about these trails, and you find them all over Michigan, is these paved trails are a great way to get outside and enjoy nature if you're not quite ready to do an actual overland hike, right? You're not ruts and all that sort of stuff. You just want to get outside and enjoy a city or explore. I love the ability to do that, and this is the perfect trail for that. I always think walking is the best way to understand a city. And Traverse City is a very walkable place. And the Tart Trail makes it even easier, connecting you to a whole bunch of activities in Traverse City that you can do without ever needing to get into a car. And after getting a good sweat on, it was time to call it a day, doing one more thing I haven't done in Traverse City. The Beacon Lounge sits high atop the Park Place Hotel, giving you an incredible view of Traverse City. Evan was the bartender that day, and his favorite thing was the Old Fashioned, so he cooked me up a classic with Woodford Reserve, which put me in the perfect frame of mind to reflect on the cherry blossoms and get ready for the National Cherry Festival starting in the beginning of July. You can book your own cherry adventure by heading to traversecity.com.